KHOU 11 starts right now with a weather impact alert.
A severe threat of icing has passed in Houston, but tonight sub-freezing temperatures a big concern.
And they'll really drop overnight with the dip, that is. They could pose a serious hazard on some of our roadways. TrendStar
giving us a live look at the roads tonight, telling us there is ice reported on at least 10 roads right now. That includes parts of the Katy Freeway, I-45, and 288. Not a lot of people out there.
But we saw issues earlier today on some flyovers out west. A couple of big rigs on the Katy Freeway westbound ramp to the Grand Parkway got stuck. This included a Walmart truck that had to back its way down.
Those flyovers are always dangerous. We have more team weather coverage for you tonight. We start with the Chief Meteorologist David Paul. Hello, sir.
It is so cold outside. Temperatures are in the 20s and that wind's blowing. Weather impact alert for the cold. We're going to be bitterly cold tomorrow morning. Current temps, Hobby's 26, Bush 25, Tomball 24. So that is very cold. Everybody's freezing. Even Galveston is below freezing at 30. Winds sustained out of the northwest at 22 at Hobby, sustained at Sugar Land at 18. So it is windy. It's gusting to 25 to 30 at times, putting the feels like temperature right now at 12 degrees at Bush. Hobby 12. Brenham 10. I just took a little walk outside and my forehead just froze in about 3 minutes. Take a look at the radar. So snow in Dallas. Check it out to our west. So this is a little piece of energy coming in. Those are snow flurries. They're working their way in from the west. Are they going to come in and give us a few flurries this evening across the area? I think they are. And then Pat Cavlin, when it gets this unusually cold, you start things that you rarely see around Houston, Galveston.
Yeah, very rare. In fact, we've gotten some reports on social media of lake effect snow coming off of Lake Conroe. Basically, you get lake effect anything when the air temperature is significantly warmer than the when the water temperature is significantly warmer than the air temperature. So when temperatures get this cold, remember Lake Conroe is still pretty warm, relatively speaking, and so clouds form, and if the lake is large enough, sometimes it can start to precipitate. So a little bit of reports of that over Conroe. A bigger body of water, though, is Galveston Bay, and believe it or not, there is such a situation setting up tonight that even the model is picking up on the fact that we may see some bay effect snow over Galveston Island late tonight. And I could see a world where that puts down a quick coating of snow along parts of Seawall Boulevard by tomorrow morning. Otherwise, though, the big story is the temperature. By tomorrow morning, we are down on the ice box, 20 at Bush, 19 Conroe, 16 for Huntsville, 19 for Katy. And guys, when you factor in that strong north wind, it's going to feel more like 2 in Huntsville, 11 for Houston, and 6 in Katy. So we'll talk more about this bitter cold, how long it lasts for, and if we could see any other snow chances, all coming up in your full forecast in just a bit. Lenamia?
Some of the lowest temps I've seen here since I've been here, which is all my life. Okay, if you need a place to get warm, the city of Houston has 12 warming centers open through at least Tuesday. Harris County also has a separate list of warming centers. You can find those locations on our website, KHOU.com.
Aniela Ruiz is live at a city warming center that is now at capacity. Aniela.
Well, that's right, guys. We're at the Fondy Community Center. And the good news is that people are coming to these places to stay warm, to get out of the elements. Now, I caught up with the county judge, Lina Hidalgo, earlier, and she says that they're working in collaboration with the city of Houston and have a list of various shelters in the area that have reached capacity. Now, here's what we know. The Moody, the Fondy, Cactus Jack Cagle, Crosby Community Center, those have the highest capacity right now. And that's what they want to see. They said they want people staying out of the cold, especially as the temperatures are expected to get colder. Anyone who needs a place to stay, they can go to this city and these county shelters. No ID is necessary. And many of them are also taking their pets.
My working theory is the cold is just so clear, just how cold it's going to get, and maybe because we've experienced it before, people are a little bit more cognizant of, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into, I better go to a shelter. Obviously our population has grown, but not to an extent so dramatic that we'd see this kind of shift.
And again, the county is working with the city, so if a shelter does reach capacity, they can move people where they have room. Back out here live, you can see here the people from Food Not Bombs just showing up right now as they're prepping, getting ready to hand out food to people here at the shelter, making sure they have a warm meal here for tonight. And again, this is one of the shelters that has reached capacity, but they're still not turning people away. So if you need a place to stay warm, you can come here or you can go to the various locations. And if they don't have room, they will gladly move you to a spot where you can stay the night. Guys, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
The perfect set of circumstances where people have an option to get warm. Thank you, Aniele.
Tonight, the Houston airport system is sharing this video of crews de-icing planes ahead of takeoff.
Yeah, air travel nationwide has been crippled due to this winter storm, with about 11,000 canceled flights. Here in Houston, we've seen hundreds of flight delays and cancellations, most of them at Bush Airport. Amanda Henderson joins us live at Bush tonight with a look at cancellations and delays. Amanda?
Yeah, Len, and most of those we've seen happening towards the East Coast. Not too many left on the arrival board at this point, only because we're getting into the later part of the day. But you see there are people at the Frontier counter ready for anyone who might show up for a flight that isn't canceled. And we're staring down nearly 500 cancellations here at IAH to be exact, because those big boards of live updates show a stream of delays as well. Majority heading to or coming from the East Coast or the North, where this storm is hitting the hardest. One family who was traveling to Detroit even getting a literal last-second cancellation notice.
We were told just right on the tarmac that it was canceled, and they just turned us back into the gate, and they weren't told anything other than it was canceled. Nothing about the weather. Obviously, we know about the weather in the area.
So flights here at IAH are not the only ones impacted. Over at Hobby Airport on the city's south side, they're also staring down about 100 cancellations for the day. It's just been a mess for everyone. But if your flight is good, then these lines, they're perfect. But so many people are going to have to figure out how to travel tomorrow. So coming up tonight on KHOU 11 at 10, we answer what does it look like tomorrow. And spoiler alert, it's going to be cold again. So we're going to figure that out for you. But for now, live in Terminal A, we'll toss it back to you in studio, Len and Mia.
Yeah, Amanda, that is the worst, being on the plane. Oh, we're going to get out of here. Nope. We're going to delay. We're going to cancel. Thank you. Good news from Houston Metro tonight. In just the last hour, Metro says it is restoring some services in phases. Here's a breakdown. At 9 tomorrow morning, HOV and hot lanes will reopen. Then at 11, Metro Lift, Curb to Curb, and Community Connector service will start. At noon, local bus service scheduled to return to normal. The 500 Downtown Direct will also start service as conditions allow. One hiccup in this: the Park and Ride service will not operate tomorrow.
Montgomery County is also dealing with extremely cold temperatures right now. Communities from Willis to Conroe and the Woodlands all hunkering down tonight. Orko Mana, he is live along I-45 in the Woodlands. Orko, how are things this evening?
Yeah, Mia, everything looks fine, but it feels extremely cold. And we know the temperatures are only going to dip as we head further into the night and overnight. That's why officials are concerned about icy conditions on overpasses like this one here. Now, officials say that they got reports of several overpasses and bridges with ice forming on them across the county. That's because of the rain from yesterday freezing onto those roadways. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says that they got active reports of icing on elevated bridges at Highway 242 and I-45 and Woodlands Parkway and I-45. County Judge Mark KHOU says the conditions on surface streets are fine, but he's warning residents about the potential dangers of getting on those overpasses. It's your big message to drivers, especially tonight.
Well, tonight, I mean, if you can stay home, stay home. I mean, if you don't need to go out, don't go out. It is so cold. If you have a mishap out on the road and you're by yourself, you've got a major problem on your hands. If you're going to be out and you're going to be running around, my suggestion is to just be very cautious as you approach that overpass and go slow.
And again, we know with those dangerously cold temperatures, the county has set up several warming centers in places like Magnolia and Conroe, so folks can go ahead to those locations to stay warm tonight. Reporting live in Montgomery County, Orkomana, KHOU 11 News.
Orko, with you in Montgomery County, we know we've heard about snow flurries in Willis along the lake. Are you seeing any where you are right now?
You know, we're seeing some really light flurries. I don't know if you can even tell through the camera, but we're seeing just a handful of flurries right now. Nothing really accumulating on the ground, but we are seeing, again, with those freezing temperatures, a couple of flurries here where we are. We're closer to the Woodlands area right now, but nothing too bad, but we are seeing a little flurry.
Yeah, we can see them. We can see them touching your jacket. You stay warm out there. Thank you for your reporting. Well, the Cypress area has some highly elevated flyovers at the Grand Parkway and 290. We hope people are staying off the roads and at home there.
Yeah, people run into trouble on the flyovers. Maria Aguilera in the area monitoring conditions and joins us live with an update. Hi, Maria.
Yeah, Len and Mia, we have been driving around the Cypress area throughout the afternoon and evening, just checking out those conditions. And while most of the roads are just wet, we have still seen some icy spots, especially, like you mentioned, right here off Highway 290. That ramp to the Grand Parkway is covered in ice. And we saw crews here not that long ago. You can sometimes see them driving around just monitoring the conditions as well. And although it's not blocked off, officials say you should avoid it and other bridges and overpasses. Now, earlier today, we got video along Highway 290 from Mushki Road right here to the Grand Parkway. TxDOT crews did go back out and retreat the roads earlier today as we expect temperatures to drop again tonight. Now, I checked in with the Cy-Fair Fire Department about what they've seen on area roadways. So what have we been seeing in the Cypress area today?
Mainly iced over overpasses, bridges, some of the roadways that took held a lot of water overnight. Those are the areas that are starting to freeze over, have been freezing over.
The Grand Parkway continues to be a concern. We did see ice accumulation as we drove through the area, and officials say it's one of those roads that you should avoid, like we mentioned. Now, the fire department says they've seen several minor incidents where drivers lost control because of those icy conditions. Now, traffic tonight and throughout the day has been light for a Sunday here in Cypress, a clear sign that people are heeding those warnings and staying at home. Now, of course, you're going to want to avoid the road as it gets dark because that's when officials say it's harder to see that ice on the road. Now, coming up tonight at 10, we'll talk about what you can expect tomorrow morning if you do have to drive. Live in Cypress, Maria Aguilera, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah, if you're going too fast and you hit ice, you are in trouble. Maria, thank you. The winter storm gripping most of the nation tonight.
Coming up, a look at the cold conditions from across the country and the impacts in those areas. Storm is bringing thick ice, snow, and widespread power outages. CBS News correspondent Chanel Call is in New York, where the snow has been falling since early today.
The winter storm pounded dozens of states from Texas into New England Sunday.
This is really crazy. I can barely even see. I was thinking I needed to bring some goggles or something.
Crews spent the day working on the massive cleanup efforts to take some of the danger out of leaving the house.
The snow just keep coming down harder and harder. No matter how you push the snow, it just keep coming.
In Dallas, an extreme cold warning was set to remain in effect through Tuesday. Amid downed trees and icy roads, several counties in Kentucky reported widespread power outages.
That's our number one job right now is plow till we get to the trees, and then we've got to use chainsaws and cut them up and get them out of the way.
In New York, this taxi driver says he worked through the storm because he likes to help others.
Today is a very dangerous, but I'm driving I make some money, and people is a lot of in the street because they want to cab.
New York City schools have also been shut down on Monday as the city pivots to remote learning for the day. While the snow is causing countless problems, some are making the most of it.
It's just the best thing ever. I love it.
Including these families who went sledding near the U.S. Capitol. Chanel Call, CBS News, New York.
And from winter fun in the nation's capital to down south here in Texas, people in Fort Worth also made the most of the icy and snowy conditions by strapping on their skis and getting out into their neighborhoods.
Don't have to travel far to put the skis on. Some light snow flurries up north, but some of the roads, especially the overpasses, icy.
Yeah, meteorologist David Paul and Pat Kavlin continuing our team weather coverage. The cold is still a major concern tonight, Dave.
Oh, it is bitter cold out there. It's awful. Don't go out with the wind blowing. It feels like it's in the teens. We are getting many reports of snow flurries out there. We'll have more on that here in just a second. Otherwise, temps below freezing. They stay below freezing all day. We'll be bottoming out in the low 20s and teens tonight. There are patches of ice on some of the flyovers out there. So in the morning, it's you want to check with us tomorrow before you do anything. And by mid-morning, we should begin to see temps coming up with some sun. Dangerous cold tomorrow morning and Tuesday morning. 25 in Austin right now, 25 in Houston, north wind. And it is just awfully cold. Now, I'm watching this shot carefully. I'm watching the Williams Tower. You can still see the top of it. Cloud ceiling has been lowering a little bit. That's a sign that we are getting a little precip, and we are getting a few more reports of flurries out there. Bush at 25, Sugar Land 25, Tomball 24. Current winds out of the northwest, sustained at 22 at Hobby, sustained at 18 Sugar Land, sustained at 20 in Galveston. They're gusting 25 to almost 30. I was outside a little bit ago for about 4 minutes. Took a little walk, walked into the wind. My forehead just absolutely froze. It feels like the mountain out there. Wind chill currently feels like 12 at Bush. Feels like 12 at Hobby. Sugar Land feels like 11. Galveston feels like 18, which is bad enough. But it's going to be even worse tomorrow. Now, as far as snow goes, we're getting some good snow now in Dallas right now. We've had many reports of flurries, and we've seen flurries in the Woodlands. Orco Manor was out there a little bit ago. You saw the snow flurries coming down. Lake Conroe, some snow flurries showing up as well. We've got a little batch of light snow and flurries coming in from the west, so many neighborhoods are going to see a little flurry tonight. That's just fun. Nothing's going to stick. Galveston, all right, Pat, am I seeing a little bit of Bay effect snow here? Because when things get this cold, weird things happen, and we may see some of that tonight.
Well, you know, there are probably clouds. There may be a couple flurries in there. We've actually, Dave, had reports on social media of some snow flurries coming off of Lake Houston also on the east side of the city. So
probably have some coming off Livingston as well.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, any body of water tonight that's, probably more than 15 miles long, 10 miles long, is going to be enough to kind of sustain as temperatures continue to drop, and they're dropping really fast. I mean, look at this, with Galveston Bay. I mean, we're talking about a good enough, we call it a fetch. Okay, so a fetch is the amount of distance that air travels over water. So if you have a long enough fetch, that can actually allow the cold air to condense as it moves over the relatively warmer waters, right? So you've got the warmth of the body of water. In this case, it's Galveston Bay. That's going to lift. I think you're going to get some really decent snow squalls by tomorrow morning over Galveston Island. And notice the wind is going to turn. So right now it's from the northwest Tomorrow morning, it's going to be from the north, so we're moving right over the long axis of Galveston Bay. So you're really maximizing the distance that cold air is traveling over the open water, and I think that's what's going to give us the potential for some bay effect snow. It's going to be really cool to see that tomorrow morning if it pans out. The real story, though, is the cold, and that's what's driving the lake effect and the bay effect snows. We could see wind chills or feels like temperatures in the single digits tonight. The worst of it's tonight, and then again tomorrow night. That warning in effect through Tuesday at noon. There, the temperature is mix of cloud cover overnight. I do think will be mainly cloudy, but the wind will transport the cold in here. So despite the cloud cover, temperatures will continue to drop down to about 20 tomorrow morning. Watch the numbers drop here. Huntsville 16, Conroe 19, Brenham 17, Columbus 19, Katy 20, Bush 21, Sugar Land 21 as well. Tomorrow afternoon, only mid to upper 30s. I think about 90% of us make it above freezing tomorrow, but some of those northern areas may stay at or below freezing. And then we do it again. The temperatures drop fast tomorrow. Once we get you, once the sun goes down tomorrow, the temperatures are going to drop rapidly. I think it's teens again north of the city and the low to mid 20s again within Harris County, Dave. So some brutal, dangerous cold on the way the next 2 nights. We'll be watching the potential for lake effect and bay effect snow. I don't think it's going to cause any huge issues, but still cool to see.
I cannot wait to see what Galveston looks like in the morning. It is possible you could have measurable snow down in Galveston, just looking at the model Pat was showing us. So we'll see how it plays out. Regardless, this is all happening because it is dangerously cold. So in the morning, weather impact alert for the hard freeze, lows near 20, wind chills in the teens and single digits, like it'll feel like 8 in spring tomorrow morning. So just sleep late. Most schools are closed. Don't try to travel early. 38's the high temp tomorrow. Sun comes out, which is wonderful. We need it. Then another hard freeze in the morning on Tuesday under mostly clear skies. Then 52 Tuesday afternoon. And we warm to a light freeze Wednesday morning and highs in the 50s Wednesday, Thursday. Now Friday, another impulse comes in from the north. We get a little cold rain on Friday. A flurry. Friday night's not out of the question. And then we go down to 28 Saturday morning. So we are in the middle of a week of real winter weather for Houston. In fact, winter sort of overdoing it on us right now. Guys, back to you.
A little overcooked, David. Thank you. Crews had their hands full near this Whataburger today in the Galleria area after a water main break sent a geyser gushing into the air. How city crews managed to get this under control next. Water break in the Galleria area.
Just yesterday, public works crews worked to repair another water main break within just a few yards of the Whataburger on Chimney Rock near Westheimer. That issue had been ongoing, and residents had voiced their concerns about the leak freezing over during the winter storm.
Then today's problem happened. Trace and Bragg has more.
This morning, water shot nearly 50 feet into the sky just outside the Whataburger on Chimney Rock near Richmond. According to witnesses, the water burst through the concrete just after 5:30 this morning, sending chunks of rocks flying and gallons of water raining down for several hours. KHOU 11 was the first on scene and to share the live pictures, alerting city officials.
We thank the media for alerting us.
City crews arrived and quickly began working to shut off the highly pressurized water.
I don't want to say that it's a normal day for us to see something like we saw over there, but it's not something that we weren't prepared for or unable to respond to.
Allowing the massive amount of water to drain rather than pond on this frigid day. As crews work to quickly fix the issue, the city's public works director has one request for Houstonians.
The message for people always is, as soon as you see something, let us know.
And you can see right now, crews are actually pumping the water out from this area, preparing to then make repairs to that 12-inch break on that broken pipe. And right now, safety also coming first, making sure no one walks in this area and no one drives too closely to the crews. But right now, no ETA on when the repair will be complete. We'll let you know as soon as we know more. I'll send it back to you for now. Trace and Bragg reporting.
Bundled up out there. Thanks, Trayson. Look at this. Some of the photos, videos people are sharing with us. Plus a look at the winter bite in North Texas ahead. Videos of this storm and how it looks in your area.
These are just a few from Conroe, New Caney, and Cleveland, showing sleet and snow flurries.
Yeah, the storm blanketing much of Texas, but instead of complaining, some folks making the most of it. Look at aerials over Dallas, showing a driver doing donuts, pulling kids on a sled behind. Other kids playing a little football or sliding down hills on makeshift sleds.
In Austin, this video of a little snow angel action, although she did it in sleet conditions. And from Houston to Austin and beyond, some Texans are finding fun in all of these conditions. And as the wintry weather continues into tomorrow, we want to see what you're experiencing safely, of course. Feel free to share your photos or video, but only if it's safe to do so. I stress the word safety. Send them in through our free KHOU 11 app. Just tap the Near Me button to get started. You can tell I'm a mom.
Yes, you
can. Do it
can.
safely.
All right, David Paul.
Hey, we're getting some snow flurries reported in many spots across the area.
Yeah, Orko said he saw a few in the Woodlands.
Yeah, he was up in the Woodlands. If you're on the south side of a body of water, south side of Lake Conroe, south side of Lake Livingston, south side of Lake Houston, you're going to see lake effect snow tonight. We're seeing it. We'll see if it puts snow on Galveston. We get some bay effect snow possible. Lows are in the low 20s, hard freeze tonight. And then the wind chills in the morning, it'll feel like 9 at Bush Intercontinental Airport. It'll feel like 0 in Brenham. The point is, sleep in tomorrow, or before you do anything, check with us. We're on the air at 5. We'll be taking care of you all morning long. At 7, we go to Plus. Just walking you through what is a dangerously cold night and morning tomorrow.
Let's drive to Brenham just to see what it feels like.
No.
0.
No.
That'll be a solo ride.
That is a wrap for us at 8.
We'll see you back here for KHOU 11 News at 10 on TV. And a heads up for our early risers, in case you don't sleep in, we're launching a special 4 a.m. morning show tomorrow only. You can watch it on TV or stream it on KHOU 11 Plus. We'll be on the air at 4 a.m. tomorrow with the latest weather and road conditions, morning updates, all to help you plan your day. Stay safe and stay warm.